Hey everyone, it's Vicky, and I'm also known as MusicHead0715 on most of my social media platforms. But my first name is Vicky, and this is going to be my first video. A lot of stuff that I target is makeup, which is my number one, cosmetics, health, beauty, all that stuff. Currently I'm in my own journey of number 1, getting married, number 2, in a weight loss journey, number 3, a self-care journey, and all of the above. So basically I'm just kind of getting my life together and rocking and rolling. So today I'm going to do just my general makeup look for us. I wear a lot of black, so colors are pretty good for me, and my eyes change color all the time, so colors are pretty endless for around my eyes and face and stuff like that. But generally I stick to a lot of neutral tones and stuff like that, so I'm going to just kind of get right into it. First and foremost, right now I'm mostly using E.L.F. products. I know a lot of people have different stipulations about E.L.F., but I personally like it. I think it looks the best on my skin. And also for starters as well, I'm not going to do it in the video because I already did it, but make sure that you wash and moisturize your face before you get started with any of the looks. And I'm no professional here, so I'm just kind of having fun and showing you what it is that I do, what my look is, and the difference that I kind of look based off of how I take care of my skin. And I mean, right now I'm a little bit broken out and red because, I mean, it's winter and I live in New York, and yeah, masks suck, but wear your mask. And yeah, so we're just gonna kind of dive right into it. I'm gonna put my hair up a little bit. So basically I also am just kind of giving you a start out to this channel here, because I'm excited, and I think some of the things that I like to do, through makeup, and, you know, I'm in school studying communications, and so I hope to do something with social media that way. But yeah, so I'll just kind of show you any product right now that I use. I also do have a little bit of Mary Kay stuff. My mom's a Mary Kay girl, so I get some fun stuff from her. And if you have any questions about any of the palettes or anything that I used, I will show them to you, but I also want you to just let it be known that I am what I use. So yeah, so let's see. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to do a liquid or powdered foundation or not today. Sometimes it changes based on how my skin is, so I'll probably try one out, and if it looks good then it'll stay, and if it doesn't, I'm gonna change it over. Sorry, I'm just going through all of my makeup box here. So first and foremost, I'm actually going to do just a little bit of I have a prep and hydration balm from E.L.F. I use this and I just kind of put it in some of my core areas. As I said, I already moisturized and washed my face before doing this video, but I'm just going to give a little help to my nose, under eyes, chin, and T area. And as I said again, I'm no professional, so if it looks like I'm doing something wrong, maybe I am. I'm not sure. But I just kind of go with what I've learned. I watched some videos myself as I started getting more into makeup a while ago. And now I'm feeling confident about doing my own. So hopefully you'll find some confidence in me, and hopefully we can learn some fun stuff together. And if you guys have any suggestions of anything, or if you have like makeup brands you want me to try and review on here and do kind of my makeup routine with whatever you want to suggest, I'd be happy to do it. I'm always down for stuff, so yeah. So okay, so first and foremost, after this is still kind of drying a little bit, my face gets so red, so if any of you guys have the issues like this with me too, I'm glad that you're going to be watching this, because hopefully you'll be able to front and end see the difference that some of my makeup makes, and also how I treat my skin and the types of makeup that I use. And I personally do use E.L.F. because I like, you know, vegan type stuff and not animal tested, obviously, which a lot of places nowadays are not animal testing, which is amazing. But as far as probably some of the cheaper cosmetics go, E.L.F. is my go-to right now. So first and foremost, Poreless Putty Primer. You can put it all over your face. I personally don't. I just put it where my pores are very prominent, which is kind of like my nose area, my T area, my chin. Sometimes my jawline gets a little bit there. I don't use it. I just use my finger for this. Just because then I can kind of rub it in and, you know, get it to roll. So, let's see. Just kind of rub it into my areas here. It helps kind of tighten your pores, keep them together, so that way, like, when you have your concealer or foundation, whatever you use on, doesn't make you look like an orange peel, which that happens to me sometimes just because I have those pores days where they're like shine bright like a diamond. I'm gonna go a little bit over here too because I'm kind of got some masking going on. Yeah, you can totally tell how red my face is. And, like, I'm Irish, so, I mean, sometimes tanning is not my thing. And right now, because it's winter, that's kind of my luck of the draw. Alright, so then I do my concealer, which I have the Hydrating Camo Concealer with a satin finish for my skin tone. It's just a little brush one. And again, I do, you know, my T area here. My chin. A little right here sometimes. Most of the time. And then I make my general. Now, concealer I know is really meant for just like those problematic spots. But because my skin gets very red in all random places, I choose to go for most of my face because it evens out everything, and especially when I put foundation on, because my liquid foundation is only medium coverage. My powder is full coverage. Sorry, I'm just grabbing a sponge. I use cosmetic sponges for everything, which you guys should too. I mean, if you have any luck with brushes, could you let me know? Because sometimes I feel like I'm doing really not correct things with brushes, and it always makes me look like I just, like, was a toddler figure painting on the walls or something. I don't even know. Get this a little bit wet. Okay. Alright, and then just blend it on in. I apologize in advance to you. I make some really weird faces sometimes when I'm putting on my makeup, so just saying. You could already tell the difference. Like, you can see the red here versus where I put my concealer. For most of my like stuff that I get from E.L.F, I use like probably the lightest color for everything. Like, the concealer is like probably the lightest satin color you can find out there. My foundation, which the one that I use from E.L.F, which is the liquid one that I have, is the 120 Pearl liquid foundation, medium coverage. That one matches up to my skin pretty well. Honestly, when I was first starting out with makeup, I honestly had no idea what concealer really even was. Judge me, go ahead, it's fine. And I learned that it's a blessing in disguise. probably put a little bit more. Where did it go? Just lost it. There it is. Just a little bit more in my problem area right over here. Just to blend out. I'm actually gonna use my other sponge here. This one's a better grip for me sometimes than the little padded ones. Oh, what a blessing. My nose, I don't know about you guys, but my nose is such a problem area. Like, I love my nose, actually. Like, I'm probably, like, if you ever ask me what my favorite body part is, it's my nose. But unfortunately, my nose area gets really dry and bumpy. Also probably due to the masks for now. Although I stay home a lot, but it's when I do go out and put a mask on that I don't notice at all. Start breaking out. Okay. So concealer's pretty much on. You can already kind of see like the redness has gone away. And it's made a decent difference so far, which is good because it'll help me put on my foundation. I have to go wet this. Actually, no I don't. No I don't. I have stuff right here to do that. Because I'm totally prepared this time. Just get a little wet here. Kind of get all bumpy. My little sponge. I actually, like, for my sponges, I just pick up, these Glam and Beauty cosmetic sponges. There's, like, 18 assorted sponges in here, and I go through sponges like crazy because once I see that they start permanently changing color on me from the foundation and concealer and stuff like that, that's when I just kind of toss them and can't really wash them out anymore. And especially because, like, these little padded ones are so thin, so once you start seeing that they're kind of holding the tint of your makeup is kind of when I get done with them. And actually, I'm curious, 'cause sometimes when I get these, I'm not sure. Whatever. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm gonna try the liquid foundation first in just kind of like my chin area, just to make sure that it's not gonna be a problem for me today, because as I said, sometimes it is. If not, I will go over to my powdered foundation and see. So I'm just gonna use my mirror close up here. And also, if you guys don't know this, it makes a huge difference when you wet your beauty blend sponge. That kind of helps hydrate up those open pores that can give problem. So actually looks like we're gonna be in good shop today. So I'm gonna roll with my foundation. As I said, this is 120 Pearl medium coverage flawless satin foundation from E.L.F. And don't worry, no, I'm not advertising for them or anything. It's just, as I said, it's just what I use. So. And I do it all over. Just dabbing everywhere. I don't go in like a specific direction. Also make sure you bring it down your neck a little bit, because I don't know how many times I've forgotten to do that, and then I have like two different color face going on. But I'm more of a beauty blender sponge type person. I know that there's people out there that prefer brushes. Sometimes some people do a mixture of both, but for the sponges, for me, for applying the base of my face anyway, is where it's at for me. And I don't know if you can see it, but my pores are finally actually not showing through right now, which is making me extremely happy. Maybe that means that with the nice weather we've been having the last couple of days, I'm hopeful for an early spring. Because I don't know about y'all, but I am very, very ready for the warm weather. Just blend it out. Tap, tap, tap. Alright, I think problem areas are pretty covered for the most part. I mean, because I use a medium coverage, sometimes some things show through, but honestly, it's not something that bothers me. Most of the thing that bothers me is the redness on my face. I don't dig the redness. The redness drives me crazy. It makes me feel like I look like I'm having like an allergic reaction or something. That's part of why I got into the cosmetics thing, because I wanted to make sure that I was kind of, I don't know, like, I felt better anyway. And not that I feel bad when I don't wear makeup, but makeup is just like, it gives me like a boost of confidence, I guess. Do I need makeup? No. Does anybody need makeup? Not in my opinion. I think everybody's naturally gorgeous. But I just like it. I think it looks good, and I enjoy doing it. It's kind of like an art on my face. I'm a very artsy person. So yeah, so that's kind of how I roll. If anybody knows me, it's like, you know, I've done art and music and stuff like that my whole life. And that's where I prefer to stay, so. And then when I discovered that, hey, I can take art and translate it to my face, well then voila. Made me happy as a clam. Just clean off my sponges as I go. I just use like a generic, little bit of a wipe for most of my stuff for now, and then when I'm all done doing my whole face, I go and wash all my sponges off. I think actually, just to help out my problem areas for now, I'm going to just dab a little. Oh yeah, huge difference in the pores right now. So this is like one of the only few E.L.F. or Mary Kay products that I don't use, and as I said, no, I'm not a rep for either of these brands or any of these brands, but I use Maybelline Superstay as my powdered foundation. I think it's the only foundation that's powdered that I've had so far that has really worked for me. Just gonna give myself a little bit of a powdered look, especially under my eyes. It highlights just a little for me. See, like, even like right here, like, yes, it's still my problem area, but I like the highlight. Totally just poked myself in the eye, so yes, you did see that. Cool. I'm down. This is actually turning out to be one of my best days for my face. Yay. Okay. All right, so now that the foundation part is done, I, from E.L.F, get these little silicone, blending gel squishy thingies. And I used those. They're blenders. So, it kind of helps you pick up any excess, makeup wherever you may see a problem with evening things out. Helps you kind of blend things together. I just kind of give a general little pat all over the place. Wipe it down. So that's just me. That's just what I do. Okay. So this is how I do it. Not everybody does it this way, but I actually do my blushes and my face first and then do my eyes last. Just because sometimes I feel like I want to change it up a little bit with my blush and whatnot, and then that kind of helps me decide on what to do with my eyes, because I'm sometimes very indecisive. But I am doing just kind of my general look today, so I'm just gonna stick with what I know, what I do, my general, hey, I'm going out to do stuff today, so here's what my look is, type thing. That was my table topper that just fell off of my desk, but it's fine. It'll be okay. My dog is probably gonna go and investigate that in like 2 seconds, but it's fine. Okay. Oh, so first and foremost, so one of the main palettes I use, I have this Eye, Lips, and Face from E.L.F. It's a little powdery, so I'm sorry. But you can kind of see where it says Eyes, Lips, and Face on here. When you open it up, you have this whole palette of eyeshadow, or, you know, blush if you choose to try to use that stuff. And then, which as you can see, I made a dent in some of those. But actually, if you lift it, there is the face under here, which it all holds together super duper nicely. This is my favorite palette, honestly, with these colors. And I haven't experimented with all of the colors yet, just because sometimes I'm not feeling in the bold mood or whatever. So yeah, so that's one of my first palettes. I do have a couple of other face palettes, which I'll open up and show you. But yeah, so I have this professional brush kit set of 12 from E.L.F. I really like this, especially when I first got started with makeup, because on the brushes themselves, it's got the like label of what the brush is. This is a bronzing brush, and I also use this to contour, because it's like angled, so you can get a good like push on ways of your cheeks, and like you can see where my cheeks are kind of defined a little bit. So in this palette, mostly what I use to contour would be this light colored right here. Do that, give it a little tap, and then start so some people stick to like the 2 and 2 rule over here. I bring the contour all the way up to my hairline, and down to my dimple, just because I feel like it gives my face just a more of a definitive push here. Just gonna blend it just a little bit, but right under the cheekbone there. Looking pretty even. And then I grab it again and I bring it under my jaw over here, just kind of as an all-around definition here. My face is a little bit more round, just because, you know, I'm in the process of losing some weight and stuff like that, so I make sure I blend it down my neck a little bit. You know, I just try to give myself some definition here. I do kind of have my little chin going here, but that's okay. I'm not ashamed of it, so nobody else should be. I roll with it. And then I just grab just a tiny bit more of it, bring it around the tips of my forehead, around my widow's peak here, just to bring some more definition to my face. Yeah. And then, wash your brushes. You want to take care of those. Clean those off. There we go. And then, I actually go over to my probably favorite, besides like this large one. This is my favorite facial palette. It's my Total Face palette. I think E.L.F.'s website only has 2, because I order all of my E.L.F. stuff directly off of elf.com. I don't usually go and buy it in the stores unless I'm like, oh my god, I don't have any foundation, I need to go get some. So this is my Total Face palette right here. It's just got these nice four colors here. They've got like a nice highlight, a nice bronzer, a nice blush. The pink one up here on the top is what I use to blush because it kind of is a more natural face for me. Because I don't like a huge pop of color when I'm looking for just an easy look for the day. So yeah. Make sure to blend it in with my contour a little bit. And see, like, this gives it a nice pink color, like, not like the natural crazy all over the place redness that my face normally is. It just gives this like a nice pink. Yeah. So there's that. Nice little facial look. It kind of highlights my jaw here. I get the nice pink color around with the contour coming down a little bit. Hiccups, of course I do. If anybody hates hiccups just as much as I do, like, understand that I'm there with you. So yeah, so blended it out a little bit. Gives me a nice definition of my face. I actually will be using this mirror again because, so I have actually, I'm a glasses wearer. Because I have like astigmatism in my left eye, where it's kind of hard to explain, but basically if I like close my right eye to look at my left eye, everything's kind of shifted a little bit, so I have to kind of be careful with my looking in the mirror and stuff like that, and I've adjusted myself when I'm doing like eyeliner and whatnot, and you'll see, to kind of like help me figure out where it's supposed to go because I don't see directly straight in front of me. Okay, so now, I do a highlighter, but I do that at the very end because I think my highlighter is kind of like my grand finale, I guess. That's just kind of how I roll because I like a big finish, I guess. So, let's see. So for my eye look today, I'm actually going to rely on a separate palette, if I can find it. Maybe not. Maybe I'm gonna go with, because I have like a couple of like my natural face looks, but I think I'm gonna give my eyes a little bit of definition today. But I'm gonna go pink, which is normally what I go to because it's not exactly nude, but it is kind of my go-to. So I don't know what brand this is, but it's just a simple little eyeshadow primer that I take and just put on my eyelids just to give them my definition where I want everything to go. Bring it up under my brow. A little under. See how it highlights my eye up just a little bit, and it gives it like a solid foundation for where it's like, you know, primer is primer. It goes on before the paint type deal, and it gives it such a bright pop to my eye. See, the right eye is the one that I have to, like, guess where things go, but not really guess, because as I said, I've kind of gotten accustomed to how my eyes go. Okay, so in this brush kit, which again, I totally love it, I use 3, sometimes 4 brushes for this. I'm actually going to give my eyebrows just a little help. I plucked them earlier, and foundation putting on just kind of put them down a little bit. So I'm just going to grab the 4 brushes. So you've got your generic eyeshadow brush. You've got a defining eye, which is more for your crease. And you've got a blending eye, so to bring the crease and the eyeshadow kind of together. And then I use the blending eye to kind of do my highlight for my eyes. So I put on the primer. And for my pink look, it comes from this large palette, again. So I actually start with this white color down here to prime the eyes as my base. And then I'll be using this darker pink as my crease and blending it with this in the corner, and then give a little highlight down here with this one. So just kind of go off of that. And I'm going to use this mirror, and I'm going to try and make sure that you guys can still see what I'm doing, even though I'm using this mirror. So let's do that. Because all of these too have like a little sparkle to them. And I love that. I'm a sparkle person. I love sparkle. Even though I wear mostly black clothes, I love sparkle. Okay. And I'm actually going to come back to that first color as well, because it's going to highlight up here with the highlighter. So then I'm going to do my crease first. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to do that first lighter pink that I showed you and just kind of go over the entire lid with that. Love it. Okay. So there's that base pink color. And then I grab the Crease Defining Eye, and I grab that darker pink color. And I have the pointed part down, and I bring it up around my eye. Starting from the crease of my eye. And it gives that defined pop right there. And then I actually bring it in just a little bit to kind of give my eyes a more almond-shaped look. And then I'm just going to do the same on both sides. Voila. So there's that. And then I'm going to grab that blending brush and bring a darker color down around the crease just a little bit in the corner here, just to kind of draw the colors together this way. So yeah, so I mean, like, I'm like one eye width apart here, so my eyes tend to sometimes close in and look a little bit longer, but my cheekbones pop out, and kind of, my face is a little oddly proportioned, but I love it. I love my face. As all you should. All you beautiful people out there should love your faces. And if you don't, I do. So we'll go with that. Okay, so then I give a little wipe off to that. And then I'm going to grab that highlighted color that I pointed out before. And I start out and I bring that, because you can see where my eye defines here. I bring this highlight all the way up to my eyebrow. Because even though my almond shape kind of pushes my eyes together this way, you can already see it, how the highlight here makes it look like my eye is taller, more open, and better. And then I just grab a little bit of that highlight and I do right at the very middle of my lid here, closer to my corner, just to highlight the lid. See? So I'll highlight the lid. Okay, and then, so that's like for the eyeshadow, the look of the eyeshadow. I do actually want to, because I am going to be doing a liquid eyeliner, because I mostly do liquid eyeliner, not very often do I do a pencil. I'm going to take this eyeliner brush, grab a little of that darkest color that I put on my crease, and define the corner of my eye. Voila. What are you guys thinking so far? You like it? And these are my most used colors on this palette, so you can definitely tell, like, yeah, I use these colors. Okay, so then, time for the liner. So here, I'm all done with my color palette. And I've got the E.L.F. liquid eyeliner, black. I really don't experiment too often with other eyeliner colors. Sometimes I'll do like a subtle brown depending on what color I'm going for. But very rarely do I extend beyond the typical black eyeliner. So, I always go for like a winged look, and I'm actually going to use my mirror up close here. As I said, I'll try to keep it here, but this helps me just see it a little bit closer than what I'm working with my ring light. So for my winged look, I start kind of just where my eyelashes start being defined on where they are, and I draw the shape that I want and fill it in, because then that kind of helps my eyes look a little bit more like twins and not like distant sisters. And then if I want to bring a light line a little bit down my eye, then I roll with that. So there's one eye. Then I cross over. Alright, so looking pretty even. I got a little of a hump over here, so I'll add a little bit more here. Awesome. Okay, so there's that with a liquid eyeliner, and then I'm gonna grab my Volume Plumping E.L.F. mascara. I have really long eyelashes, and I take full advantage of that. And I just plump them up And I push them off to the side to give the eyeliner a little bit more definition. And it kind of goes with everything I've done powder-wise because it pulls my eye this way. Okay. I don't really do the under lashes because I like the definition of my eyes and the color black to be up toward the top. I mean, I'll do a little to round it out. But yeah. So there's that. There's my eye look. And then, right before we do our lips here, I use the E.L.F. Jelly highlighter. Around my eyes. I use my finger for this. I know you guys are probably like screaming because you're like, why do you use your finger for everything? Well, because I do. And then I start here. Blend it in and carry her down. Right above where I stopped my blush. Rub it in just a little. And then you get your nice highlight look. Yeah. Wipe my fingers off here. I use like these moist towelette things to get my lips a little wet there, actually. A little chapped today because it's dry. So I'm going to chapstick those to start. And then for my final, I do the lips last. This is my 110% go-to. I'm really not a lipstick person. I am known to have some lipstick looks, but lip gloss is my thing. So this is the E.L.F. Lip Plumping Lip Gloss. I swear by this stuff. Yes, it'll make your lips tingle for a hot minute, but it's fine. It's supposed to. All right. And put my hair back down. My crazy, wild sometimes hair. No, it's not naturally straight, by the way. I'm gonna flip it this way, actually. I love that my hair can go both sides, though. I made that part happen. All right, and there you go. There's the final look. I love this look. It's my natural, it's my go-to, it's what I love. Pink is kind of works with my face. I mean, you just kind of have to experiment, find out what works with your face and go with it that way. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. If you have any suggestions on makeup brands to try, or you want me to review and try some of them, challenge me. I'm always up for the challenge of doing a full-on look and reviewing makeup and testing it out for you guys, so you guys don't have to go spend your money and waste it, and I'll be happy to test it out. Challenge me. I'm always up for a good challenge. And yeah, so like, subscribe, share, and join my journey in bringing alive some cool content. And if you guys have any other content you'd like to see, I mean, as I said, I do a lot of makeup, health, beauty stuff, and I'll be sharing some wedding planning tips, and I'm also a video gamer, so I'm on PS4 mostly. And I do have a Twitch account for that, so like and subscribe to that, MusicHead0715. But yeah, so for now, like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.